Good morning, Shawnee, and welcome to the Renegade Morning Show. Today is Friday, April 29th, and it's a day 3. I'm Danny Krastek.
And I'm Michael Dowd. It's almost time for prom, which means it's nearly time for Renegames.
Well, now that I think about it, most of the student body has never been to Renegades. Only us seniors have.
It's a good thing we made a promo for it.
Well, make sure to be in school on May 27th. I can't wait for the Renegames.
Yesterday, we saw a lot of kids roaming the halls. Emme and Hannah went out and talked to them.
I'm Haley, and my mom is Erin O'Neill.
And what is something interesting about your mom?
She did college for singing, and now she's a guidance counselor.
My name is Zoe. My dad's name is Mr. Pasone/Daddy.
And what is something interesting about Mr. Pistone?
He went to the Beach Boys concert and he went on stage with the real life Beach Boys with me and my mommy. And a person out of nowhere, we didn't know her, she was like, "Give me a high five."
That's a great story, Zoe. Tell me what your name is, please.
Then
And what's your name?
Declan,
And who's your dad?
Mr. Osmond.
And what's something interesting about him?
He is a really good lacrosse player.
Okay, and what's something interesting you have to say about him?
He's a great athlete.
Oh, thank you guys.
Miss Keo and I'm Mason.
And what is something interesting about your mom?
She's good at building puzzles.
Perfect. Thank you.
My name's Leah, and my mom's name is Miss Balsama.
And what is something interesting about her?
She gives us gifts a lot.
Hello, my name's Alfie Kirk, and my mom's Miss Kirk, and Miss Kirk was the leader of the Tipsy Canoers, the float group, and she built a canoe carnival float.
I'm Fallon, and I'm with my sister, Miss Tricoli.
And what is something interesting about your sister?
My sister used to do field hockey for 2 years.
Well, I certainly didn't know some of those fun facts. I can't wait to awkwardly bring those up in front of the other teachers.
I agree. I can't believe Mr. Pistone was on stage with the Beach Boys. Speaking of music, you ever just listen to a song and you kind of like lose touch with reality?
Yeah, that always happens to me every time I listen to Scatman.
Well, Sarah has put that feeling pretty well into a short film. Let's check it out. Wow, that represents it so well.
Absolutely. Did you know that my main man, Nicolas Cage, came out with a new movie over spring break?
Let me guess, you're reviewing it?
Of course, why else would I bring it up? So is it just me, or did a lot of movies come out over spring break? I feel like that's just to me, and thinking about it now, maybe there weren't that many. I mean, what were your movie on? There was Morbius, one of the movies of all time, Sonic 2, Everything Everywhere All at Once, which I'm very upset I haven't gotten to see yet. But don't worry, I will talk about it when I see it, because it looks really good. And then there's The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, which I did go to see, and it was one of the greatest experiences of my life. Yeah, I am not kidding. This is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. It doesn't hurt that I'm a really big Cage fan, and, well, I made a whole Cage video, didn't I? But yeah, a lot of this movie is just kind of Cage goofing off with The Mandalorian, and honestly, it seems like Pedro Pascal kind of just decided, hey, I'm gonna try to outact Nicolas Cage, and he comes really close to actually doing it. But what was most surprising to me is that this movie actually has a plot and actually has emotional moments. Sure, they might be kind of ham-fisted and not work that well, but it actually exists, which is more than I thought this movie was gonna have. Yes, this movie stars Nicolas Cage as Nicolas Cage. Yeah, and he has to do undercover CIA work to track down the president's daughter or something like that. I don't know, it was really funny. My biggest complaint with this movie is that towards the end of the movie, a lot of the spy action got kind of generic, and the fact that he was Nicolas Cage didn't really matter. Like, by the end of the movie, you could have swapped him out with Tom Cruise and no one would have noticed and nothing would have changed. But honestly, this movie is just such a fun time. It's the hardest I've laughed in a movie theater in forever. Yeah, go watch it. Definitely fun.
You know, the only Nicolas Cage movie I've ever seen is a national treasure.
Wait, actually?
Yeah.
Well, you should definitely go see the new one over spring break. That's what I did. That was the highlight of my break.
Actually, Mel went around asking Shawnee students a similar question.
Hey there, Shawnee. I'm Mel Gomez, and today we're asking people what they did over spring break.
I celebrated my birthday, and I had a track meet, and I got 3rd place in javelin.
I got my motorcycle license.
That's cool. How fast can you drive?
I shouldn't say.
Can you do a wheelie?
Not yet.
Work on that.
I went on a cruise. I just hung out with my family.
That's chill. That's chill.
I had my first tournament with Team USA.
That sounds cool. What'd you do?
I played New York twice, and we lost both times.
What sport did you play?
Deck hockey.
That sounds awesome. Thank you for your time. They're very cool shades.
Yeah, I went to Minnesota, and I flew on a plane by myself for the first time.
Hung out with my friends. I went to Buffalo and I visited some family, and I did some glass blowing, which was pretty cool. And I just hung out with friends too.
That's cool. What did you make with the glass?
It was like this little ball sculpture, and it had like watermarks on it, and it was like green and white.
That sounds really cool.
It was, yeah. So it was fun, basically. What did you do?
I'm the interviewer here.
That's all for today. Tune in every Monday through Thursday for the Shawnee Wake Up and every Friday for the Renegade Morning Show. I'm Danny Krastek.
And I'm Michael Dowd.
And have a great weekend, Shawnee.